Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things 33 a common sense lens. And I probably, like many of you out there, are a really big fan of the first two Predator movies. And I know some people just really like the first one, but I really enjoyed both of them. I think they're a lot of fun. I love the Predator character. I like the idea of this sci-fi hunter out there who can just turn invisible and go out there. He's just like the most dominant force in the universe as far as taking people down. Like, it's a really, really enjoyable series. And I know obviously people have mixed feelings when it comes to like AVP and some of the other things that they made and some of the Prey and all the rest of the versions we've seen of the Predator coming out there. But needless to say, boys and girls, the Predator fan base is very passionate about the stuff that they love, and I don't blame them. The Predator's a great character. I know there's been a lot of great comic book stories and all of that other kind of stuff out there. Well, needless to say, if you hadn't heard, the trailer for Predator Badlands released this week, and needless to say, there's been a little bit of negativity when it came from the fan base. And boys and girls, when you hear the description from the person, the director that is in charge of all of this whole project out there, and what they actually say about what the story entails, it might just seem like another familiar trope that we have seen done way too many times out there in Hollywood that just feels like it's nothing more than a record on repeat that we've all gotten very bored for. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people hope this to be good, and as being a fan of fans above almost everything absolute else, boys and girls, I really do, for the hope of sake for all of the Predator fans, that this movie absolutely ends up knocking our socks off and is wonderful. But considering modern Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, do we really expect that kind of thing? So, as you see over here from CosmicBook.News, the Predator is a runt now. Badlands trailer sparks backlash. So we've got the full details from the director as far as what this story entails, what this character is going to be going through, and his place inside of the Predator universe, and what he is currently going through. So we're going to check out all of the juicy details, boys and girls, from this article. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,800. We're sailing our way towards 1,900, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Let us know what you thought about this Predator trailer out there. Did you think the picture of the Predator was as horrifying as so many other people out there, or did you enjoy the trailer and you're at least going to be willing to give this movie a shot? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support the channel and become a member, please check out the links in the description, and you will get your name at the end credits of every single one of our videos and every single one of our live streams. All right, from CosmicBook.News and our dear sweet Matt McGloin. And I mean, really, let's be honest, most of the backlash was from this right here. This horrified a lot of fans, and not in the good way that the Predator is going to be. I mean, his head looks like a giant box. Why are the sides of his head shaved? It's just really, really weird, because the tendrils were never supposed to be like a hair. You didn't cut them. Does this mean there are Predator barbers out there now? Like, do you go to get your fade up at your local corner store, at your local corner barber? Like, I don't know about this, but needless to say, this was most of the fan reaction was over, because this does look absolutely scary, and it was it looks bad, right? You got a big blocky head. This isn't the more lean, mean kind of Predator we've seen in the past. But as any detractors, as any simps out there for the spirit of the age will let us know in the comments, well, he's a runt, so maybe that's why his face looks all messed up. I don't know. Wednesday, and I do apologize for sounding like Kermit the Frog right now too. It's been a rough couple of days, but needless to say, the news doesn't stop, boys and girls. Wednesday saw the release of the trailer for Predator Badlands, and with that, the first look at the new Predator, which has caused massive online backlash. The film is again by Tom Trachtenberg, who was responsible for the Predator Prey movie about a team female Comanche warrior who's able to take out a Predator. And I've heard some mixed things about it. Some people really seem to enjoy that movie, some people that I honestly did not expect, i.e. D-Day Cobra, and there were some other people that just absolutely could not stand it, thought it was just bad. The only thing that was good in it was like the action scenes with the Predator. So yeah, the premise from the very beginning was a whole female Comanche warrior taking out a Predator. Did seem to be weird, but apparently that wasn't the worst part of the movie. Badlands offer a new twist on the lore, as this time the Predator is a good guy and is named Deck. Yay! Villains turned into heroes. It's not like we haven't seen that trope done a million times before. Now have we, boys and girls? And honestly, like you true hardcore Predator fans out there, is that what you really wanted? Or did you want something where he's still going out there and doing the kind of, I guess, honorable villain, honorable hunter things that he does? And with that perspective, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy in this one. This is your good guy. This is your protagonist for the movie. Like I said, could potentially be good. I hope it's good for all of you fans out there, but this is throwing a lot of red flags on the play, at least for this humble common nerd. Following the trailer release, Trachtenberg spoke with Bloody Disgusting about the movie and offering new details about Predator Badlands. Among the details, he included this version of the Predator seen in the trailer is considered a runt. And if for some reason you don't know what the definition of a runt out there is, I mean, really? Is there anybody out there? But this is the world we live in. Matt explains. A runt is normally used to describe the smallest or weakest animal in the litter or offspring, as it's commonly used when talking about animals like puppies, kittens, or piglets. And obviously, this is a word that's just moved way beyond just referring to animals. We talk about runts of the litters of all that kind of stuff out there. Everybody knows what the word runt means, right? So we see that describing the Predator in Badlands means something similar. That implies Deck is the weakest of his species. We can guess that's also why it might be he rebelling against his own kind, as he is an unsupportive father who views him as weak. Yay! Daddy issues! That's something we haven't seen done recently in Hollywood, now have we? Yay! Daddy issues. I mean, if you do it well, it can be done right, but we're seeing the patterns. We're seeing the tropes from Hollywood. It's like they're a one-trick pony and they really don't have anything new to go with anymore. Where Deck is fighting for acceptance in his own clan. Oh, he's been othered. He's part of the weird minority out there. And he just wants to be accepted by the rest of the world. Yeah, I think we've seen this dance in this dog and pony show before. So Trek teases a bit of the plot. I wanted to make a Predator Badlands feel genre, feel very specific, and feel like an inversion of the main premise. Yay! They're going to upset expectations. They're going to subvert expectations of all the fans. Yay! That's worked out so well in the past, hasn't it? Now the Predator's on another planet, and he's going to be hunted by things and has to use his guile to survive. Now that I do like the idea of, right? You know, putting him out there and doing all of that kind of stuff and everything else. But do that as where now he's the protagonist, now he's the good guy. I don't know. It just feels like another one of those, completely and totally trying to subvert expectations of all the fans know and love actually want out there. Trachtenberg also revealed details about the visual effects, including the renowned digital effects and computer animation company Weta is behind the look of the runt Predator. I mean, if nothing else, even if we don't like the design of the Predators first, Weta does really good work, and so I guess maybe at least the CGI will be good. It's got to be better than Disney She-Hulk, right? The cool thing about where we're doing is digital effects are meant to match the suit, not match creature flesh. That kind of animation flesh is different than a suit, so our face perfectly blends in and matches that suit quality. Hopefully it looks like real material. So there we go out there. Dimitris Schuster-Klomotagi, sorry about butchering your name, is playing the new Predator, though he happens to not be a runt himself, as the actor is an ex-basketball player. Yeah, needless to say, that's going to be a big old boy for the most part. At one of our castings, Dimitris came up, and the way he moved just had a great swashbuckle. We set up a physical obstacle course, and that's how we cast him. Well, at least it looks like for all the physical aspects of this, he will probably end up doing a really good job. Whether or not the story's any good doesn't really fall on the fault of the actors in any way, shape, or form. The actors are only responsible for what they say and do themselves, so I don't blame them when they end up being in bad movies. Hey, sometimes you just need a paycheck, and I can respect that. Predator Badlands hits theaters and IMAX on November 7th and also stars Ellie Fanning. The young Predator is exiled by his clan and teams up with Thea Fanning on a dangerous mission. Their goal to face off against a new ultimate enemy. And it's probably going to be some crazy version of an alien, some kind of hybrid or some other crazy thing that they're going to come up with. Or they're just going to be like a crazy new one and it's actually just going to be an alien. I don't know. But needless to say, boys and girls, I don't know if this movie is going to be horrible. It doesn't exactly sound great. The descriptions here, right from the director's own mouth out there, sound like tropes that we have seen done in Hollywood a million times before, and they generally, except for very rare occasions out there, actually ever work out and give you a smash hit. And for all the Predator fans out there that are hardcore, don't get me wrong, I love those movies, but I'm not as hardcore as many of you out there. I am just your humble common nerd after all. This is something that I really wanted to be good because the fans deserve that. We have had so many years and so many decades of us getting crapped on by these egotists in Hollywood out there that want to remake everything in their their own image. They want to be like God. They think they're the smartest, bestest, fastest thing that has ever come to the planet, and it always turns out to not be true. It is always best when you stick to the source material and you stick to the original vision of what we've been out there, and if you're able to copy it well and do it well, then occasionally you can move things in a different direction, but you have to show fans that you can actually give them the kind of Predator or the kind of any adaptation of their favorite beloved IP in a proper way that represents what they've always known and loved. If you don't do that, there is always going to be mass skepticism and mass, at best, cautious optimism, if not downright dread for what this movie is going to be. And especially considering that the face that we've seen already, I guess maybe it was an intention conscious choice. I don't know if anybody of the Legacy Institution media will actually be able to have the balls to ask him, hey, why does Predator's face look so messed up? You know, maybe it was an artistic choice because it represents him as a runt. I have no idea. But first impressions are huge. And I heard from a lot of fans on social media and a lot of people in the comments out there, that's what everybody was asking. Why does the Predator look like this? It looks ridiculous. It looks crazy. Nobody likes it. It's ugly. It's hideous. And you know what? At the end of the day, if that's the worst thing you've got to complain about in this movie, it's probably going to end up being a really good movie. But we have seen this happen time and time again when they try to subvert expectations. It doesn't give the fans what they want. It doesn't speak to a general audience and never has, and turns into nothing more than a disastrous dumpster fire at the box office. The only thing that Badlands might have going for it is hopefully they didn't spend a crap ton of money on the budget. But at the end of the day, this is Hollywood after all, boys and girls.